Hello and welcome to ARK Survival Evolved. We're on the Extinction map, and today the plan is to start breeding dire wolves. So I'm getting a lot of problems with things like Therazinos and Raptors and Dillos down in that underground cave, the forest area. I've got the place fenced off, but it's such a large area that I'm getting them spawning in. So what I want to do is get some decent dire wolves, breed them, scatter them around my area, and have them defend the place. But to make my life easier, I want a decent Argentavis. I've really struggled to find high-level dinos on this map. That was the best Argentavis I've found so far. I mean, he was a 168 when I found him, but because of the problems I've found with structures out in the wasteland where corrupted dinos can damage your structures, I mean, they'll attack anything. I had a raptor break through some spiked fences. Then I think it was attacking the actual trap itself, and he managed to take a hit. So he's taming effectiveness. I mean, fortunately, the raptor died before it had managed to do much damage. It must have been taking damage from the spiked walls. It trashed all of the spiked walls around it. But his taming effectiveness dropped to 86%. So he's a level 240 instead of what could have been a 269. So for me, he's not expendable. So what I want to do is I want to breed him with Abby. From them I'll produce a breeding pair. I'll then start breeding the Argentavises that I want. The idea is I want one of them that's got 100% imprinting. I don't have any of the new type kibble yet. I haven't worked out how to make that yet. So I figure I've probably got like a 2 in 5 chance of getting at least one of them imprinted anyway. So I mean, I've already started. This one so far seems to be the best one because she's got 2 of the 4 stats that he has that I want. So I'm going to breed her. I'm going to let her mature. I mean, she's got a. I think she looks like she was almost halfway through, I think. Yeah, it's going to take about half an hour for each of these Argies to mature. And it's going to take a few generations until I get a breeding pair, and then I'll have to go through the whole process again to get the actual Argie that I want. But then I'll start to work my way up over in the snow biome and start to tame a direwolf. Get a male and a female of high level, breed them together, and that's a lot easier with an Argie because you can basically pick them up, drop them in a trap, and then just trank them. But yeah, I mean, before I go much further though, I mean, if you find yourself liking this video at all, do please remember to click the like buttons. That'll help me out a great deal. If you're new to the channel, then do subscribe, and when you click the little bell icon, you'll get notifications from when new content comes out. If you've got any comments or suggestions, do please post those. It'll always be greatly appreciated. But coming back to these, one thing I've remembered is that when you breed, I mean, I've gotten that used to basically taming dinosaurs, getting a couple of high-level ones, taming them. Breeding them together, and these dinos are 100% tamed when I've got them, because I'll either give them kibble, or in the case of these like carnivores, once they introduced mutton, it made it a lot easier. But I forgot about the idea that if you breed a dinosaur, you'll find that even if it didn't actually tame out as 100%, its offspring can actually come out with statistics as if the parent had been 100% tamed. So for example, I mean, this male here, he's got a melee level of 370. Now this female, she came out with a melee level of 379. Now Abby over there, I mean, her melee level, I mean, I've been, I think those two are still following me. Her melee level's only 300. So the only way that this female's got a higher level than the male, that she was bred from, is basically because of what I was saying before, this idea that the offspring can actually end up with statistics that are higher, because they come out with the statistics as if the parent had been 100% tamed, and I completely forgot about that. So this could actually turn out quite well. Actually, I might actually end up with. I mean, the plan was to get a male and a female, basically breed a female from Abby and this new male, breed those two together, get a pretty much a one with the same statistics as the male. But it looks like what I should actually be able to do is to be able to get a male and a female that have got higher statistics than he has. So this could turn out a lot better than I planned, to be honest. But out of these three that I've got, I think it's this one here. She's the only one I'm going to keep, because she's come out with this health and stamina that matches the male over there. These ones, they've come out with, I mean, pretty much useless stats, to be honest. I'm tempted to keep this female. I mean, 379 melee versus 370 isn't that big of a jump, but I'll keep her just on the off chance. But the male here, there's no point keeping him, because I really want females so I can breed them with him. But it's going to take a while anyway to mature these up, so I'll go through the process, and I'll bring you back in a while once we're on to the next stage. Right, well, I've got about as far as I want to go with the Argentavis for now. Just pick this egg up. I've got Agnes here. She's on the same level as the original male, which is 240, but she's got a higher melee base statistic. Ava over here is the same. They're both level 240 females when they were born. Both with a higher melee stat than the original male, and female, because what I did is I managed to get a female that's got the same main statistics as the male. So I'm not sure why it's only the melee that's gone up. I mean, neither of these two have got neither of them have got mutations. So like, we'll just double check. So it just seems odd that it's just the melee, because I bred a few. I was expecting maybe some of the other statistics could have gone up, but for whatever reason I just kept chucking out quite a few level 240s. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, I've achieved my main goal, so I've got Agnes here and Ava as well. They've both got 100% imprinting. There's quite a few that I bred. A couple of them, Murphy's Law, it was just literally the last imprinting that they asked for something that I didn't have, which was this new type of kibble. So it's a bit frustrating, but eventually I ended up with these two, and I've taken Agnes out for a spin, so she's now hit level 254. So for now I'm just going to keep these two as the main two breeders. So I'd bred up a female with Abby, that gave me a female Mark 1. Then I bred her with this one here, and that gave me the Mark 2 female. I mean, the colours, I quite like them. I'd like to get rid of that red crest. I like the other colours on it. It's actually nice colours. I haven't seen these before on any of the ARK maps. I do like them. It's like that nice dark plumage contrasted with it's like light creamy colours around. I do like that, but the red-headed crest, that's kind of annoying me, to be honest. The other thing I'd have to say is, I mean, it's starting to get a bit annoying, this hitching post. I haven't noticed it until I've come onto Extinction. I've never had a problem with a hitching post before. As far as I was aware, there were no known bugs. But what I'm finding is the hitching post seems to be broken. What I've got is... This is really getting annoying now. I've got like the male and the female there. Now both of these were tied to the hitching post, and they were, what I did is I disabled the female. I only disabled enable wandering on the female. Took Agnes out for a spin, came back, and all of a sudden the male started moving around and flying around. Somehow the link to the hitching post got broken. Now these two were tied to the hitching post as well, and yet only one of them's connected to it. So there's something wrong here. That the hitching post seems to be broken, because I had the same problem in the desert where I've got the two breeders for the Velonosaurs, and every time I go out there the one on the left keeps breaking free for some strange reason. So I mean, normally when I breed up a pair, all I do is I'll disable the wandering on one of them, just to make it easier to re-enable it. But I can't trust it now. I'm having to disable that on both of them, because otherwise I've got this problem where I'll come back and all of a sudden one of them will suddenly start, well, literally wandering. But anyway, the next step is to see if I can find myself a high-level direwolf, because basically that's what I'm really trying to achieve at this stage. I'm trying to get some protection for the forest map that I've got. There's a base that I'm building there, and I've got problems with corrupted dinosaurs. Well, not corrupted dinosaurs as such. Any dinosaur getting in there is I've got like dinosaurs spawning into the area, and they're giving me a lot of hassle really. Because I've got a nice little system set up of owls facing towards some gachas, so that when they drop pellets, the gachas pick them up and it gives them a boost and so on. So the next step is to basically I want to take Agnes out there to the snow biome, find some high-level direwolves, or basically I'll just clear the low-level ones out. Using her, because she can pick them up and she can, you know, she can kill them much simpler. And then once I found a high level one, I can just pick it up, pop it into a taming pen, and trank it from there. Just double check. I think I've got enough. Yeah, I think I should be okay on the narcotics, as long as I can find some decent prime meat. Or alternative, if I can find some Orvis out here, I think what I'll do is I'll actually bring them back to the city, or I might just I've got like a small little trap out there with a basically I've just got a foundation stone out there with some storage and a bed. I should really make a proper base, an encampment there that I can use. Because the idea is, I mean, I'm trying to like be able to fast travel between the different biomes just by using beds. So at some point I want to build a proper base out in these different biomes. I'm kind of reluctant to touch the city at the moment because I'm seeing these meteor strikes. There was a meteor strike earlier on, and they were definitely landing within the city. It's pretty hair-raising, to be honest, because the concern is that, you know, it's going to wipe out whatever you've built there. But the way I'm looking at it at the moment, I think what I might do is I might leave the city to build using the tech structures. I think it seems quite fitting, because I know there's like tech bridges you can build and so on. But I don't want to build particularly high up, because I'm seeing these meteors actually striking some of the pillars, for instance. But anyway, I'm going to keep heading towards the snow biome. I'm going to start looking for the dire wolves, high level ones specifically. And then we'll start the process of taming them. So once I get round to that, I'll bring you back. Right then, well, we're out here in the snow biome. So I've brought Agnes here and I've taken some of the roofing out, and I've basically taken Tina out because I was keeping her inside there just to be safe. I was originally using her to try and pull snow owls. The problem I was running into, I mean, I've got this base here. I mean, normally I'd have like just a basic pillar structure to capture things like Argies, like this one. The problem is the snow owl. It's an interesting size because it's somewhere between, like, say, like the Argentavis or the Pteranodon and the Argies, so it manages to squeeze through the pillars. So I ended up building this base here, this kind of trap. So the idea was to lure it over here with a flyer, and then I'd drag the aggro onto me by shooting it, and then I'd pull it into the trap myself, shut the door, and then run out like a small door for myself. That was the plan anyway. Now, so I've got like a door at the back there, and then once it's out, then I can just basically shoot it. I know there's another dino out here that I keep meaning to tame. I think it's called like a Meganmar or something, or I can't quite make out what it is, to be honest. It's an interesting looking creature because it's got this. It's another one that's been like altered, like similar to the other ones we've got, like, you know, the Velonosaur and the Snowy Owl. They've all been altered in some way with technical equipment of some sort. I mean, this one can fly, it can jump, and I mean, it can be a real pain in the neck because I've been knocked off my mount by them a couple of times. So I want to avoid them if I can, and basically I just want to focus on direwolves so I can just pull one in. But from what I can tell, these things, I'd have to pull them into a trap, like similar to what I've got there. That's part of the reason I built it like that. So basically the idea is I'd pull one into there and then it wouldn't be able to fly away. Yeah, quite low level snowy owls, but I really need to focus on direwolves, so it's going to be I'm just going to go through a long slow process of just searching. I can hear them, you can hear them howling away. Hey, what's that? What is that? You're 48 and you're the pack leader. Seriously? Trouble is I don't want to hover around because the those things are hello. Oh, there's an Ovis. I'm trying to remember what you need to think. What are you? 42. Trouble is I don't have what I need to tame one of them things, but they'd be extremely useful. I'll have to start taming some of them. Now, unfortunately, that muppet over there is obviously busy, and well, we don't care because it's only level 30. So it's going to be, I think it's just, as ever, it's just going to be a case of wandering around and looking for a reasonably high level. I mean, I've got the server settings set to an override of 6, so in theory I should be able to get dinos up to 180. I've seen the odd one or two, and I'm still kicking myself for killing a 180 Velonosaur. Can't believe I did that. Right, what are you? Level 6 owl. I mean, this is what I've got to put up with, a level 6 owl. Getting chased around by a level 12 saber-tooth. I mean, kind of like feels like a kick in the teeth when you've got, you know, such a high level of like 180. You're getting these like seriously low levels. I mean, what's that? That's a level. That's not too bad. Ah, there you are. There. So what are these things again? Kind of reluctant to get too close because I've been knocked off flying monks a couple of times. Blooming well persistent, I'll give him that. I mean, for something that can fly around and jump around like that, the only way I can see you ever taming one of them is if you're stuck it in a trap somehow. A managama, that's it, a managama. I mean, that's... That frost attack gives me the impression that it's, I'd have to... Well, it's low level wolf, dire wolves, that sucks. I mean, usually the easiest thing is just to look for the pack lead. Oh, see what I mean? Oh, ah, go away! Go away, you annoying creature! I better get you. I better get you some stamina. Just out of the blue, you're just like looking around. Next thing you know, one of those things just suddenly decides to attack you. Level 60, level... I mean, I know there was an exploit going around. It's probably still... Oh! 156, that's not bad. Who's that? Black... Oh man, go away! Will you go away? Seriously, I've got better things to do. I know what you want to do, but you're not going to do it. Look, go away! Oh man. What's with the acrobatics? Oh, so now you decide to attack something else then? Yeah, fair enough. Come here a minute, Agnes. Let's see what this. There's a lovely black one here, but it's Ah, sucks. Right. Well, we're gonna grab this one here. Or at least we're gonna try to grab this one. I completely missed. Oh, come on. Give me some. Ow, 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 ow. Hey, I'm only just getting this one. Stop it. Stop it. Can you stop it? Pack it in. You know, this is something I just do not need. No offense, but I mean, you know, you might not be sort of like, you know, the chosen one here. Oh, I'm glad I've got some decent health on this thing. Keep over! I mean, come on! That's totally unnecessary. Look, just give in to the inevitable. I'm gonna drop you in a trap. It is inevitable. Just like let it go. You're not gonna achieve anything other than annoying me. I'm taking quite a lot of damage, I must admit. I mean, it's chucking out about what, 24. Oh, give over. Part of me wants to like drop this thing from a great height, and I will in a minute once I get it back to this trap. I will drop it. But of course, this thing could go horribly pear-shaped. Like, I mean, I could drop it and it ends up getting decided to attack poor Tina over there. Stop it! Stop it! Right, so that's a 156. I mean, I really want a 180. That's what I love with this game, though. Is I mean, you can get 180s and they can absolutely suck. I mean, the stats on these things can be anywhere and everywhere. So it's. Have you got any food on you? Yeah, you're all right. Right, well that one's not a bad one. I mean, she's a one. What's your 156? which is still a fair way off maximum. Like, I mean, really, realistically, I should be looking for like, you know, 168 upwards, but I'll leave her there. I mean, chances are she could despawn. But I'm just going to keep wandering around and see if I can find any decent high level ones. And well, whether I do or end up with this one, I'll bring you back. Bit frustrating, but I haven't found anything better than this one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trank this one. I mean, she's a 156. I saw a 152 out there, but I've cleared quite a lot of them out, so I think what I'm going to do is just basically trank this one. We're looking for some Orvis to feed her. Maybe in that sort of like time the rest of the direwolves might have started respawning, because I'm getting like really low levels. I mean by really low, I mean, you know, like up to maybe like 48 or something. So at least this one's now knocked out. I mean, that was actually quicker. It's probably because I've got this journeyman long neck now. It makes a lot of difference having a higher level, because they dish out more damage, so that gives more torpo. Well, it doesn't really need that much for a direwolf anyway. Let's see what how's she doing. She's on 4,500 torpo. Actually, this is a male. I thought I had a female. I could have sworn I had a female. Probably just as well I didn't get that 152, because that was a male. This is just bizarre. I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, it could be a coincidence, because I had to finish the game, so I stopped the game and I've come back to it. I'm gonna have to check. I think I'll have to check the video footage, because this one, I mean, I dropped this one in here, went out looking for more direwolves, didn't find any, so I ended the game, and I've just come back on again, started it all back up again. I could have sworn this was a female. Yeah, I'm going to check the video footage, but meanwhile I'm going to just go and search for some Orvis and some direwolves. Hopefully they might have started respawning higher level ones, so I'll be back in a short while, hopefully. Well, I was scouring the map, struggling to find an Orvis, and then this one suddenly popped into view. So I was literally about to start hunting for woolly mammoths. There's plenty of those to get prime meat. I mean, I found there's a 162 female direwolf wandering around somewhere, but obviously I don't want to drop that into the pen, because there's always a risk it might attack the other one, and then any taming effectiveness would go out the window. Ooh, that's not good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this off into the pen, into that taming pen that I've got. If I drop this off with the direwolf, it gives me a chance to starve the direwolf out before I kill this thing, and then I can use the mutton to just feed it up. So that should tame a bit quicker. But kind of annoying, because I think there was a 150 something snowy owl around here as well. Of course, one thing I'm not looking for at the moment is like a snowy owl, because my priority is really to get these direwolves so I can start protecting the base. Wow, it's getting dark now. This is not good. So yeah, what I might do actually is, I mean, if I can get this thing tamed up quickly, I might go and hunt down this snowy owl. That's an option. But obviously I don't want to do it while I'm still taming this direwolf here. But yeah, I'll have a think about it. I'll drop this off in the pen. I mean, yeah, it's still out. So I'll have a bit of a think about it, because I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily still out there. I mean, I've gone back over the video, and I could have sworn that this direwolf here was a female, but it wasn't. It's always been male. I was really getting a bit confused there. I thought it was a female. There was this one, and a nice, lovely black-coated one. That was like level 54, and that was the female. This one's Yeah, this one's a male. I mean, when I've restarted the server, it has actually kept the original wolf. But now I've got this one. Yeah, this Orbis here. I can basically just take this out with a pike, or alternatively, I could just get the let it out and let the Argie kill it, and then I'll just harvest it myself. I could really do with some of these bred and tamed up. Because then you've got like mutton on tap, but you need the sweet veggie cake. And I know there is some beehives in the actual forest area. There's definitely some around. I've seen at least one, but it was quite high up, so it was a bit difficult to get to. I think at some point I'm going to have to start taming these up, because that makes my life a lot easier when you've got mutton. I'm not in that much of a... Well, I've been out and about, and I eventually did manage to find an Ovis. I was starting to get a bit fed up after a while, and I was just going to start going after the woolly mammoths and getting prime off them, so I've been quite lucky actually to find this one. I mean, I really want to be able to get a pair of these, breed them up, but I need the sweet veggie cake, I think it is, yeah. And then for that you need the honey, and I think so far I've only seen about one beehive out there. And that was in the forest off it was on a cliff, bit too high up for me to reach. I mean, I could have built a structure or something, but I just didn't need any honey at the time. But yeah, I definitely want a pair of these, because having the mutton on tap makes life a lot easier. I know I want to get some thylacoleos at some point. It's the only mount so far that I particularly like for being able to tank, you know, big dinos, for instance, and be able to shoot them while you're mounted. The newer dinos aren't giving me that option, which is a bit of a shame. So those ones I can either start. I think it's a Titella boas I'd either have to start taming up to get their kibble, or you can just give them cooked mutton. But mutton for all the carnivores makes life a lot better, a lot easier. It saves me doing the kibble. And I'm not 100% sure if it's worth my while actually capturing all those other dinos, because the imprinting so far nobody's asking for it. I think it might just come down to what sort of dinos I need, so that I can give them the kibble instead. You know, just get their specific kibble to tame them. But this one here, I'm just slowly starving it out now. I want it pretty low, so that when I kill this I can just basically just get all the mutton and just feed it straight to the wolf. I mean, I've been out and about. I think it was like I think it might have been a 162 female, but I'll have to go back out and look for it. And when I was flying around earlier looking for dire wolves, I mean, as luck would have it, I think it was like a 150 something snowy owl was flying around. But of course I had this dire wolf in the pen. My priority really was to get dire wolves. So hopefully that's still out and about there somewhere, because I might make a bit of a beeline for that once this thing's tamed up. So yeah, so I mean, so far it's not too bad. I mean, it's taking a bit of a while. The torpor. I mean, I've got some narcotics here to keep it tranked if need be. But basically the plan is I'm just going to tame this up, get it out, and then see if I can find this other female that's out there. Tame that, and then ideally I'll be able to find another Orbis. Otherwise I'll go looking for just the woolly mammoths. Because I mean, this sort of level, I'd have preferred getting, you know, higher ones, 174s, 180s or something, but it's not critical. I just need something that can be able to take on the raptors and the Therazinos out there. A pack of 3 should be able to do quite a lot of damage to things like them. So I'll just keep starving this one out, and then I'll bring you back once we're ready. Rightio then. This is Dan the Dire Wolf. I'm not exactly good at naming these things, but oh yeah, that's not bad. Call him Dan the Dire Wolf. He's topped out at level 233. I mean, I think that's like I harvested that Ovis with Agnes there. Pulled off like 192 mutton, which is like total overkill. So there's like tons of this stuff, but I mean, I've got a reasonable amount of time, so I might, if I can get another direwolf fairly quickly, a decent female one, then I should be able to give that mutton, but depends on how long it takes to like starve the blooming thing out, that's all. He's cool, he's got quite, I must admit, I do quite like, I mean, he's this one's just got like plain fur, no fancy stripes or anything like that, but it's, it'll do, be interesting to see what little puppies he'll produce. And, I mean, I've gone back over the footage, and this wasn't a female to start with. I thought it was. This one was next to a level 54 black pelted one. Well, fur is what it had, but that was the female. The black one was the female, and he's always been a male. I was starting to get a bit puzzled, because as far as I was aware, if you stop the game, it just freezes everything in place, and then when you bring it back up, everything just comes back as it was. It doesn't sort of like wipe the map and you start from scratch with new wild dinos. Now, I was beginning to wonder that, because for some reason I was convinced I had a female, so I passed up like a 152 male, a 152 female, I think it was. I can't remember, but I mean, it was fairly low level. It wasn't particularly fantastic. Now it's a case of I'm going to have to go out and search for more than, so I need a female, and a pretty high level female. So yeah, I think there was a 162 out there somewhere, so I shall go and get searching. Right, I finally found her. She's in one of these. I don't know which. I'll have to double check. Is it you? Nope, it's not you. It's that one there. No, not the woolly mammoth. Is it you? Yes, it's you. Ooh. That's a bit of a blessed relief. Of course she's going to chew me up something cruel, right? But it's not what I needed. No, I was out hunting around for quite a while. It's kind of frustrating in some ways. I mean, I've been clearing out lots of. Pack it in. I don't know why, but I've noticed if I fly up, it will stop. See there? If I fly down, yeah. So if I fly up or fly down, it seems to stop. So that's interesting. That's interesting, that. But no, it's kind of frustrating, because I've been going out clearing lots of packs of direwolves, and they tend to be like low level ones. I mean, the good thing is, I suppose, that I mean, Agnes says she's getting like a lot of experience points. I must admit, I've never noticed this before, but flying upwards, for some reason, I must be flying at a certain angle and it puts them off. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I've been clearing out loads of these direwolf packs, and I'd seen this one somewhere. I was just kind of relieved that it was still alive. I mean, it's taken quite a bit of damage though. I don't know how bad it's going to be. Hopefully it'll, if I knock it out, it'll survive. Although I might be able to drop, find something maybe and drop it in the pen and let it eat that. That's one way, I suppose. Wow, my health's really going down now. Right, let's see. Just let me just drop you in the pen here. Just enough to. Good. For you. Right, let's see. So we've got about. Oh, we've only got about 11 minutes on this. So what are you? Okay, well, I'm definitely not going to pick that up and drop it in. That would be really dumb. There's a woolly rhino. No. Nope. I've got to find something, because that thing's got to be pretty damaged. I don't want to sort of like I don't want to kill it. I suppose what I could do. If I can try and pick one of these up. And in theory I should be able to drop it. more specifically, I want to see if I can kill it while I'm over the taming pen, then maybe that one will scoff the carcass. But you pack it in, man. Seriously, I've got better things to do. Oh no no no! I don't want to be. I want to be over the pen. I think I'm being a bit optimistic, seeing if I can kill this. I've got to be really careful because I've hardly got any stamina left at all. Oh come on! I think this is quite a high level actually. No, it's not. Aha! There we go. That's at least giving it something to eat anyway. But I'm gonna have to. I'm seriously gonna have to tame heal Agnes up here. Could have done with like a spyglass, to be honest. I mean, what state she in? I think she's all right. She seems a bit better anyway. She's not bleeding anyway. At least she wasn't. Trying to remember how many darts it took to take that one out. Come on, come on. The mutton's getting cold. I have started cooking some of it, but the trouble is you can only cook so much at a time because there's only like a few slots in those campfires. It's a bit of a shame. It's better to dump it on one of the grills, then it will go through quicker. Aha! You're running now, so that's a good sign. Ooh. Come here. So hopefully, it shouldn't take more than knock it out. Aha, there we go. Right, so just drag this over to here. Start cooking up some of this mutton. I mean, it's not going to be able to pull that many across. I mean, it's, as I said, there's only so many slots available, unfortunately. Right, so that's a good sign then. So both of those two should have mutton on them, so I don't really see much point in starving this one out because it's that mutton's gonna go shortly anyway. Right, so what I'll do is I'll pull it off down the direwolf. That doesn't help. You can have all that. Now that's going to last about 6 minutes, so this thing's gonna go down a lot quick. It's like the spoiling time's going to go down on this a lot quicker. Yeah, it's going to take me quite a while to get this. Should have really starved it out. Tell you what. I'll put this all back. It's going to time out too quick, this stuff. She's going to take ages to for our food levels to go down. I mean, the cooked mutton lasts longer, but it's not as effective. It's still better. I mean, that's going to last like 43 minutes compared to like a few seconds. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to starve her out. Wow, your health is bad. I think I may as well just give her this stuff, to be honest. It's not. I don't see much point in keeping this mutton. It doesn't do any favours for her, but I'm gonna basically get her health up, starve that one out, and I think I'll have a look and see if I can find another Orbis out there. Otherwise, I think we'll probably end up either the cooked raw mutton, the cooked mutton, or the or prime. So I'll bring you back once this one's all tamed up. Okay, so now we've got this female is now bred up, so that gives me a breeding pair, or at least something to start. I mean, I should be able to breed the two of them together and produce a better one. So you're on about what, 230, slightly. What's your melee like? 306. Yeah, I mean, there's It's not a great deal apart from them. But I'll breed these two together, and then I'll have basically quite a few of them scattered around that area to start protecting the place, really. Yeah, I've got to be right up close to get that to work. So that's the good thing about these cryopods, is I can just select that and get the other one. Yeah, the good thing about these cryopods is you can just basically pick things up, transport them around. It makes it so much easier for transporting dinos, but they've only got a certain amount of time left before they run out of energy, so you've got to recharge them in I think there's a cryo fridge, I think it is. Yeah, so it means going to pretty much to tech gear for me to keep using them. I mean, I think I got them, if I recall, I got them from a blue drop, from the blue orbital supply drops. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to take these two down to the forest. I think I'll actually bring Tina with us before I was leaving her up here, which was, I left her for that long, she was starting to starve of food. But I'll take those two down to the forest then and get all the puppies bred up, and then it's going to be a case of getting as many that I can scatter around the place just to protect from the Therazinos and the raptor attacks. But that's all for this video. I do hope you've liked it. If so, then do click the like button, as that'll help me out a great deal. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe and click on the little bell icon, and then you'll get notifications for when new content comes out. And if you've got any comments or suggestions, then do please post them. They'll be greatly appreciated. So until the next video, thanks very much for watching. Bye!